Let's bring the January 16th meeting to order. Please rise, salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Cullen?
Here.
Ms. Curran?
Here.
Mr. D'Angelo?
Here.
Mr. Poliafico?
Here.
Mr. Parolo?
Here.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Stiltner?
Here.
Ms. Paglione? Here. And Mr. Chicoletti?
Here. Solicitor, executive session report.
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. An executive session started tonight at 6 p.m. All board members were present for all are part of the executive session, along with Dr. Davis, Mr. McHugh, Mr. Nastasi, and Mr. Gatto. Items related to information and personnel items were discussed, and that executive session concluded just before this meeting started.
Thank you, Mr. Trullo. Approve the agenda with said addendums. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. Reports. Dr. Davis.
No report tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Ms. Bowser, elementary principal.
A federal programs update, which would always include our Title I, Title II, and Title IV. Our performance goal reporting for the 23-24 school year was submitted on January 6th. Our Title IV funds continue to support our STEM, gifted and enrichment, and outrageous programs. Grades 4, 5, and 6 finished up their inventions unit. They each made a Google slideshow about Thomas Edison and are attending a field trip to the Thomas Edison Museum in Edison, New Jersey on January 24th. Grades 1 through 3 are presenting their projects on their favorite master artists, and all projects will be displayed in our school hallways. This month, our 4th grade students have been hard at work exploring stop-motion animation. Thanks to a generous grant from the Bristol Borough Education Foundation, students are using green screens, iPads, Play-Doh, and Legos to design and produce their own short films. Through this project, they are learning essential skills such as storytelling, problem-solving, teamwork, all while engaging with cutting-edge technology. Our Quarter 2 Outrageous Showcase for grades 2 and 3 is scheduled for January 24th at 12 o'clock. Our Title I staff development this month continues utilizing the book Guided Math, and we are preparing for our daughter's dance, which will be held on February 21st from 6 to 8, and our parent conferences for Quarter 2 will be held on February 7th. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bowser. Mr. Nastasi.
Yes, thank you. Title I update for middle school. We will continue our winter math fast bridge testing will occur during our finals. Title IV, our 7th grade STEM class. Students are building bridges based on their designs using popsicle sticks and hot glue. They will then conduct stress tests to observe and evaluate the strength and weaknesses of their designs. 8th grade STEM. Students are coding Spiro bolt robots to complete a tour of their own city creation with landmarks and attractions to help increase tourism. They will then have their robots complete their tour and determine if they are successful or need to continue improving their code to meet their own city tour plans. Our 21st century production class, which is our high school class, students are designing and building their own board games using CAD software, 3D printers, and laser cutters. Students have then to present their board game ideas along with the design and engineering process, then followed in a final product pitch presentation. Our introduction to physical computing class, students are constructed FTC Rev Robots class, robots and coded them to complete simple tasks. Students then have to disassemble their robots in reverse order and conduct a final inventory to ensure all parts are accounted for and stored for the next class use. Our web design, students are completing Code HS web design curriculum to learn website and construction and coding best practices. I put on, Tony, in front of you, our first pieces of production. If you could just take a look and send them down. Our first pieces of production we have with our game boards is our tugboat that our kids designed and engineered, and also they're also learning how to draft. So they made their own little drafting tool with a measurement stick and some circles for drafting. We are proud of these. These are our first actual products that our kids made in our classes. So I want you guys to see and feel what they're doing right now. Also, high school, middle school, I continue the evaluation of middle school and high school teachers will continue. On 12/13, we held a school-wide lockdown drill in partnership with Chief Morris and fellow officers. On 12/19, our school district-wide music, we had a school district-wide music concert. On 1/24 is the end of our second marking period. On 1/25, we will host our first ever Bristol Stomp Wrestling Tournament. Starts at 9 o'clock at Bristol High School. We have 8 teams involved, and it's a team tournament concept. From 1/21 through 1/24 will be our midterm exams for grades 7 through 12, and that will be a half a day. On 1/27, we have a half a day also for our teacher grading, which is in the teachers' union contract. A couple weeks ago, Yvonne White, long jump 23 feet and 3 inches. He is now a PIAA state qualifier, and that was at our Lehigh University meet. Our bocce actually is 2-0. Today we won both our matches, so we are 2-1 now, 2-0 right now. I also want to add a few things that I couldn't add because I had a funeral on Wednesday. But if you guys go, let's see here. I would like to publicly thank the class of 1974 for the generosity and support of our free marketplace and our pantry. They donated over $350 of supplies, including food and personal care products, to help restock our shelves for the second half of our school year. We get a nice donation from that class every year, along with other donations from board members and community members. Everything in our pantry gets used, and we're very much appreciative of everything. Next, we have a new after-school program. It's called the Kindness Club. Yesterday, the Kindness Club made 100 sandwiches that will be donated to a local food pantry, which will go out tomorrow. We are up to about 8 students in that club. It's brand new. It's from Mrs. Kuvik, who is one of our new teachers that we hired. And I can't be more proud of what's going on in that club. It's very positive and very touching. In front of you guys, I put this here. Everybody got a copy. So this is from our Century 21, from our 18 to 21-year-old program. This is what gets sent out to businesses. So the goal for the 18 to 21-year-old program is for our students, when they turn 21, is to have job skills. So, and with all these jobs and places we're going, we're actually building resumes for our kids. Right now, we go to 3 consistent job sites on Wednesdays. We go to United Way here in Bristol on Thursdays. We go to Andy's Brick Shop, which is in the mall, which is a Lego company. And on Mondays, we go to the senior center where our sandwiches will go and help the people in our town. So our kids are actively seeking jobs, seeking opportunities for life skills, and hopefully one day to create a job for them. As you could see on page 2, we have a bulletin every month that goes out. It's called the Skills for Life. Mrs. Norris and her students and her staff create this. It's just an update of what's going on with some dates. We have our Weir Cafe that's open every day. The students are selling coffee and pastries, and they're doing all kind of stuff for us, and they're doing an amazing job. But this goes out to all the teachers, but I want you guys to see this, and we also post this on our media. And the last page is just some pictures, some snapshots of what's happening in our school and what's going on. A few weeks ago, they all went to the link. They had a chance to get on the field at the link and experience that. Every Wednesday, they're in the weight room. Bottom left corner, that's the Lego store that our kids work at, and all kind of various pictures. But this is a program that is taking off, and it's only going to get bigger and better. So any support we can get from anybody for jobs or opportunities, we would definitely take under consideration and recommend. Last but not least, last week we lost a dear friend, Mrs. Grisalia, who is a staple in our community. Both her children went through our district and program, and her son Jason just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, so she would be greatly missed in our community, and I just want to send my condolences to the family.
Thank you, Mr.
And that's it, thank you.
Also, on that 18 to 21 program, I know that last year, when you guys had proposed this, the administration to the board, and the board was in favor of it, and you were almost saying this is going to be a success. And it looks like it's a real good program.
We knew that. Home run.
Real good program.
And the person we hired, I can't say enough about Mrs. Norris. She's been a blessing.
Great, and I'm glad that they're at the senior center,
Yeah.
communicating with the senior citizens.
Yeah.
How's the pastries?
They're pretty good.
I'll have to
Yeah.
stop in.
And I'll tell you a story about the boat that's going around a little later.
All right, go ahead.
There's a backstory about the boat.
Don't even tell
We'll go, it's about with Dr. Davis.
You want to say? Go
Well,
ahead.
no, we'll do it afterwards.
All right, okay. Thank you, Mr. Nassasi.
Thank you.
Okay, so with those reports, the comprehensive plan, special education plan, Title I, II, and IV.
completed.
We're good, Doc?
Yes.
Okay. Public participation. Looks like no one is here from the public. Let's get into routine monthly business. Okay, routine monthly business.
Mr. President, item 6, I motion to approve the minutes of the November 14, December 2nd, December 18, 2024 meeting. Approve the list of bills for December 2024 and January 2025. And item C, approve the treasurer's report for November and December of 2024.
Do I have a second? Mrs. Paglione? Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. New business.
Mr. President, item A, I motion to approve Christopher McHugh as the Bristol Borough School District Management Trustee for the Bucks and Montgomery Healthcare Consortium for a 2-year term effective July 1st, 2025.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Paglione. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. Item B.
Mr. President, I motion to approve the attached resolution indicating that the Bristol Borough School District Board will not exceed the index of 5.4% relative to the 2025-2026 budget, and that resolution is attached.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Paglione. Any questions?
Real quick, it,
Go ahead, Mr. McHugh.
5.4% equates to 8.32 mils, which is approximately $599,000.
Okay. Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. Item C.
Mr. President, I motion to approve to set the tax collector's compensation for the next 4 years as required by the PA School Code that states the compensation must be set before primary election. Term effective for years 2026 through 2029 with compensation of $42,000.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Paglione. Any questions?
Yeah, I just have one question on the date. So it's looking forward. So she's already in a contract where she's
Yes.
getting.
So every
and then
4 years she
next
gets.
year.
Correct.
Okay. That's all I wanted to
So
know. Thank
that
you.
salary is for $42,000 for
For
4
4
years.
years.
There's no increases in that?
Correct.
Okay. You spoke with her about?
Correct. Yeah, this is how we've done it in the past. Yep,
Okay.
she understands.
Okay.
Yep.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nays, abstentions?
Mr. President, I motion to adopt the following policies for the federal fiscal compliance to be reviewed at least every 3 years. Policy number 246, school wellness. Policy 626, federal fiscal compliance. Policy 626.1, travel reimbursement for federal programs. Policy number 800, records management. Policy 827, conflict of interest. And policy 918, Title I, parent and family engagement.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Paglione. Any questions?
Yeah, Dr. Davis, so I appreciate you getting these policies out. They are for compliance, but I know I just got a chance to look at them real. So I would just ask everybody, just take a look at them. Like a lot of I think the most important one that you would want to look at would be that 918.
Yes.
Because, this
Chris and
is,
I had a chance to look
it's
at
an
it, yeah.
important one.
Yes.
And it can vary, and so just when you get a chance, and maybe at our next meeting,
Mm-hmm.
you could just let Dr. Davis know if you have any concerns or anything, because then we can just rewrite it or make any edits to it.
Because of the quickness of
Yes,
the
absolutely.
audit, we wanted to make sure.
Absolutely. We get the audit done, and then it's something that we all should take a look at. Won't take too long. All right, thank
Okay,
you.
any other questions? All those in favor? Aye. Nays, abstention, motion carries. Item E, Mrs. Paglione.
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the nomination of John D'Angelo as the Bristol Borough School Board Representative on the Bucks County IU Board. The 3-year term is effective July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2028.
Have a second? Second. Second, Mr. Smith. Any questions? No questions. But today I had an opportunity to talk with Dr. Hoffman on other issues, and he explained, what John's duties are, and there are a lot. And he had said to me that, he's here, and, he greatly appreciates John's work on the IU. He said he's very valuable. He said he has been the president for the last how many years?
6 years.
6 years, right. And how long have you served on the IU?
Wait, though, it's not that hard when nobody else wants it.
No. He said that all the hard work that you do,
No,
you
let me
travel
just
up
say
there.
this. I mean,
Go ahead.
Listen, one of the things about the IU is, it's ultimately, we have to go knocking on their door, not just Bristol, but Bristol in particular, because we have a lot of kids with IEPs, and what's happening is the breadth of the different disabilities or different things that kids have. Years ago, it was this big. Now, it's across, and as we discussed, right, it's the things that we struggle with, it's what keeps Chris up at night, because we have to find a way to serve kids, or if not, somehow get the IU to help us. And it's an expensive proposition, but it's something that every kid deserves. So all I say is it's benefited me, because I can pretty much say many times, and without going in any details, Dr. Hoffman would say, like, we had places to send kids that are severely autistic, or that have some social issues, or that have what they call MDS, multiple disabilities. And every time a kid, comes to any school district, we're required to do it, and have to be compliant, and rightfully so. So what I say to you is thank you guys for it, and again, I hope we're working with the IU as we speak.
Always, John. They're very good partners, and they do appreciate your work. And he said that to me many, many times, that he appreciates all that you do for him. And he's very happy with you. And so thanks for all the hard work that you do. Okay, public participation. Anyone from the public?
You need to vote on it.
Yeah, we need
You
to
need to
vote.
vote?
still
Oh,
need
I'm
to
sorry,
vote.
hold on.
Even though nobody ran against me.
Okay, so we need to vote on that. I'm sorry, John. So all those in favor? Aye. Nays, abstentions? All right, John, you got it.
You got it.
You got it, brother.
Just want to make sure the
Okay.
minutes reflect that.
Thank you, Mr. Solicitor. I got carried away.
You're
The
welcome.
public participation, no one from the public. Information and discussion. The next scheduled meeting is scheduled for February the 13th. Okay, let's go around the board here. Mr. Smith?
Yeah, I'd like to just wish everybody a Happy New Year, and I'd like to thank Chris McHugh for the information he provided during the executive session. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Your name
It's
is?
still Kern.
You want me to address you as Miss Karen? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
but Kern or Ramsey, I'll answer to both.
All
I'm gonna
right,
hyphenate.
we're going to do it official. We're going to say Karen Ramsey.
Well, thank you. So I just want to actually thank Nick for sharing those items from the students. Just physically seeing what the kids are doing is great. And also to Ms. Kuvik for starting the Kindness Club. I think showing our students how important it is to give back The borough, I think, I've said this before, people don't realize how much we care about each other, and the fact that we're teaching our kids the importance of taking care of those in need. We need to start them young, because they're going to be stepping into these different organizations and these different roles, and that's, I think, what truly makes the borough a special place to leave, and why we usually don't want to leave. And again, the transition program, it sounds like it's doing amazing, so I appreciate you sharing, giving these students the opportunity to continue to grow and be successful in life. And of course, just to chime in on Tony, thank you, Chris, for not only giving us an extensive explanation in today's meeting, but also just, again, answering every question, email, whether I ask it or I'm forwarding parents to Chris. He's very prompt, and I just appreciate that level of communication. So thank you.
One more thing, I'd like to add to the transition, 18 to 21 is a beautiful program, and if there's anything that I can help with or anything, please let me know. I truly believe in that, because my family benefited from that, and family members, so thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Collins?
Yes, I'd like to thank Julie and Nick for all the hard work they're putting in there. Nick, how many kids are in a transition program?
4.
4?
It's going to grow.
Okay. No, that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Mr. Parola?
I don't have anything to say tonight.
Really?
Piggyback off all those. Thank you.
Nothing? Okay.
My hair looks good today.
Does it look good?
Yeah. Say something.
Oh, boy. Mr. Poliafico?
I just want to say thank you to Julie and Nick for all their input. Chris, as always, did an excellent job in that presentation there. And Dr. Davis, your hard work. Thank you. And John, good luck, and thanks for all the hard work you put into with that IU there. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Mr. Steltner?
Just piggyback what everyone else said, especially about that transition program and those type of things that we're thinking outside the box to give a benefit to our students and to this district. Keep up doing that. Hopefully there's a lot more that we can do. It'll help us in the long run, help the students in the long run, and it's just a great all around for everyone. That's all.
Dr. Davis?
Yeah, like, again, I wish everyone a happy new year. It's always a blessing when you get to another year, okay? I won't go into it other than just say what we discussed in executive session, even though it's detailed and a lot of work, we've got to make a lot of hard decisions. Okay, I think we can do it because we're working as a team, administratively and the Board of Ed, and that will get us where we need to go.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Very true statement. Mr. Trullo?
Happy New Year to everybody, and glad to be working with everybody again this year. Thank you.
Mr. DeAngelo?
Yeah, Nick had mentioned, I would just say the condolences to the Bly family. I don't know, many people aren't familiar, but Joanne just passed away last week, but her younger brother John passed away a little more than a month ago, and her older brother Jules passed away about 6 months ago. So that family has really lost a lot, but they are one of the true royalties of Bristol, especially in firefighting. And I will leave you with this, at our Hall of Fame meeting, her son Jason was inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, and she was actually there as sick and not feeling good at all, but I got to see her son go into the Bristol High Hall of Fame. So I don't, what better way to, if you have to leave this earth, she got to see that, and I know she was proud, so. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. DeAngelo. Just want to talk about the 18 to 21 program. That program actually was presented to us by the teachers and the administration as a trial. When it was presented to us, it was said that, well, this is what we think we would like to do. Okay, and once again, this is something that, do other districts have such things as this, Mr. Nastasi?
Yeah.
Yes.
They do.
Yeah.
So before my career, that was my job for 16 years with the IU.
Okay.
I had 8 students, and we worked in the community every day.
Good. But my point is that this was brought to our attention because of our teachers in that program at the high school wanted to contribute and said, hey, why don't we try this out? It's good to keep the students in this community. So I'm glad to hear the success and that everything is working out fine. One short notice is that The Buildings and Grounds Committee met. We're moving forward with the boiler replacement. It looks like that will be done over the summer. We'll be shutting down and renovating tearing out the boilers at the high school. The plan is that project will take 4 to 5 months, but it'll be done when the children, the students are not in the high school. So we're on track for that. Everything is ready to go. The contractors have been named. So we'll keep you abreast of all of that. Okay, so could I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second? Mr. D'Angelo, okay, we're done.